Hello there, this is Michael. I'm going to start another woodworking project. Again, like the last time, McKenna's loft bed was for my granddaughter Taylor. This project's also for Taylor. Making her a balance beam for at home. She's into gymnastics, and for Christmas we're getting her a gymnastics pad for her house just for practice, and I decided to make this balance beam for her also. I'll give you a complete list of materials you'll need to do this project. I'll give you the dimensions to cut the wood. Through my trial and error, you'll just be able to cut the pieces and be done with it, not have to experiment. It's a pretty simple project. The beam's fairly light when it's done. It's not going to have the huge legs on it like the professional balance beams do. This one's going to sit pretty close to the floor, just on a couple of blocks. And it's designed for, I mean, she's just 9 years old, so it's designed, it's low enough that she'll be able to use this in the house with standard 8-foot ceilings. I don't think an adult could do it, but a child can. So just watch along and we'll build this beam. Okay, to start with, the materials I've chosen, like I said, I'm going to make this beam 10 feet long. The actual practice area will be 8 feet, so that gives a foot at each end hanging over the little support stands I will make. To start with, I have 3 1x6 by 12s. I didn't want to buy 10-footers because they're never cut exactly right, so I'd rather start with a little extra wood and have my cuts be perfect. Then also, I have a 2x6 by 10. I'll be using this for center supports throughout the beam. I will also be using this to make the blocks at both ends that the beam will be suspended above the floor on. I'm using a commercial grade carpet. It's really thin. I chose it because it's real pliable, and I'll be wrapping the entire beam in this. The professional beams are wrapped in suede, which is very costly. So I'm going with this piece of fabric here, and I got this at Lowe's, and I will be securing it to the wood just using some outdoor carpet adhesive. And okay, so now I've taken our wood and I've pre-cut all my pieces that I'm going to need. This balance beam will be 10 feet long, but I'm putting end caps on it, and the end caps are 3/4 of an inch thick. So I've cut these 9 feet, 10.5 inches long. And if you'll notice the outside board, this is the actual top board, and it is 4 inches wide, which is regulation width for a balance beam. Now I've got my little end caps here, and they will go on the ends, so it's 4 inches wide, and then it's the height of the 1x plus the height of the thickness of the top board. So that puts it at 6 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And then for support throughout the beam in the middle, I'm going to use, I got a 2x6, and the distance that's left on this 4-inch wide board once you get the sides on is 2.5 inches. So I have 6 of these that I've cut, and I'm going to space them every 2 feet throughout the balance beam for support. Okay, so now I'm fastening my uprights to the 4x that's on top. What I'm doing is I'm flushing up the sides, and I'm using these clamps to apply pressure. I'm coming in half the thickness of the vertical board, drilling a small pilot hole here for my screws. Once I'm done, that's it. I move on to my next one. I just keep moving these clamps all the way down because the wood does have a little bit of a bow to it, so we just got to straighten it out all the way. Simple as that. And it doesn't have to be super neat because this will be covered with pad, and the entire thing's going to be covered with carpet. So a couple of rough edges on screws really doesn't matter. Okay, so I've now secured both sides to the 4x on top. I'm now going to put my little center supports in here, and I'm spacing these, like I said, every 2 feet. I've drawn lines on the outside so I can keep track of where I am. I've used clamps to hold everything down. And I'm going to do pretty much the same I did with the securing the top, drill some pilot holes. Sink a couple screws in. And done. And I'll do this down both sides and across the top, securing these support braces all the way around. Okay, so we now have the main structure of the beam built. Coming a little closer, you can see the end caps I put on. So including those, this beam is 10 feet long. On 2-foot centers, I have the support braces going all the way down. And we'll flip this over. That way you can see what it looks like on the underside here. Okay, now we're still working on the beam, and I have now attached the foam to the top edge. That was the only area that really requires any foam. I just used some 1/2-inch really dense foam. You could just get scrap somewhere, carpet foam. I wouldn't use the shredded foam because it falls apart pretty good. I got this from our Taylor's gymnastics instructor. He had some extra foam from when he built some, so he just gave me enough to do my beam. But it's just 1/2-inch dense foam. I used the same contact cement that I'm using to glue the carpet. I used that to glue it to the top of this, and then I just trimmed out the edges. Now I'm getting ready to start working on adhering the carpet. I have gone in with a felt tip and marked along this edge 2 inches of carpet. I'm leaving all along this edge. And then I'm leaving, it's 6 inches tall, a little bit over. I'm leaving 9 inches at the end, which will give me plenty to wrap this edge and bring it around the base and then just cut off the extra. So now we're just going to flip this over and we'll put some contact cement on the other side, and then I'll roll it right back into place and then we'll let it sit and dry. Now when spreading the contact cement or the carpet glue, I used a tooth trowel because you want to have some grooves in there. Just helps things bite a little bit better. So I've done that all the way down, and now I'm going to flip this onto the marks. Let's see, I'll set this here so you can watch it. And there we go. Now we'll have to let this sit overnight to dry. I am going to put some weights on here. I have some old dumbbell weights that I'm just going to set on here to just apply even pressure and help make it a little bit more secure. There's the beam weighted down, just in case you're wondering. Next we're going to start working on the support blocks. Okay, now we're going to start working on the footings that the balance beam will sit on. Now we are putting a 2-inch gymnastics pad below ours, so I had to go up an extra 1x. So I've got the 2x and a 1x here. If you're not putting a mat underneath it, then all you need is the 2x. You won't even need this, but the pad's going to come up to about here, so I just needed that extra bit of clearance. So what I've done here, I'm going 18 inches long on these, and these are the 6x's. So I have the base one that's at 18 by 6. Then I've got the 1x the same dimension. And then I measured the distance in the middle that the beam will be, including the carpet. And I cut these, and these turned out being just under 7 inches. And you'll need 2 on each side to give you enough height to support the beam. And then whatever you do here, you're going to have to double it, and that'll be for the other one. Now I'm going to put these together using wood screws, and instead of using glue in between, I'm going to use liquid nail to help secure them a little bit better. So we now have the main part of the beam done. We're looking at the bottom edge here. I've gone along about every 2 to 3 inches and put staples all along the bottom. The sides were glued, The bottoms are stapled. Down here at the ends, I wrapped the carpet around, then had the top flap come back over, and I've also stapled that. So now that part is finished. So now I'm working on the support blocks. And the last time you saw these, they were in separate pieces. We now have the 1x and the 2 2x's. Measured this distance. This will handle the beam plus the thickness of the carpet. Plus I'm going to be wrapping this in carpet to protect the carpet on the beam. So I had to allow for all that carpet. It fits pretty snug in there. When I attach these, I screwed them to each other, and I also used liquid nail between the layers to help it adhere better. And then when I got finished, just to keep from having a sharp edge, I came along and cut about a 35-degree angle cut on both ends of it, just to keep from stubbing toes and banging feet. So the next step now is we'll wrap carpet. And I'm going to start the carpet all the way down here at this lower edge and wrap the entire top edge in the same carpet that the beam's wrapped in. And then this bottom edge, as I said before, then we'll put the rubber grip surface on there, not only for grip but to protect the hardwood floors. Okay, so here are the blocks finished now. They are painted kind of a pale gray. I've got the carpet wrapping complete like I said I was going to, and then on the bottoms we have the rubber feet that grip the hardwood floor and keep it from getting scratched. So there you go, and now we'll set the whole thing up. Okay, here we are, finished product. This is the 4x8 pad we are giving Taylor for Christmas. And also the balance beam, totally completed. I'll get in close here so you can see some what looks like finished. There's the footings and the beam. And the beam is about a foot on each end past the pad. This gives her plenty of room to work. And this is it, finally finished. Not a bad project. The construction on it's pretty simple, so any dads or granddads out there that think you can't do it, you probably can, and you really don't need a lot of big power tools. You can pretty much do it with just a circular saw. I just happen to have a table saw. It makes it easier to cut, but if you just got a circular saw and a drill, you're good to go. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through here, and I can guide you any way I can. Thanks for watching, and good luck. So this is my granddaughter Taylor, who I built the McKenna's loft bed for, and I built this beam for. And I thought the video wouldn't be complete without Taylor showing you how well it worked. So Taylor, say hi to everybody out there in YouTube land.
Hi.
Alrighty.
Darn it.
One more try. Try it again from that end. Do it from that end so I can see your face when you do it. Okay, ready? Go. There you go.
That'll work the best though. Okay, now.
Thank you.
Do another thing.
What are you going to do now? You're going to do that?
Cartwheel handstand.
Okay, go ahead. Very good. Thank you. Well, that wraps up the project. Thanks for watching my video. For all of you that subscribe to me, thank you very much. Next project we'll be working on, we're going to build Julie's bed for Taylor. She's kind of hinted around that she wants Julie's bed, so I thought I'd tackle that as my next project. I might even throw in a special surprise for any subscribers, so keep watching. Be sure to watch the next video on Julie's bed, and we'll talk to you then. Take care. Thank you.